Earlier this week, I sold this AI generated digital product over on Etsy, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly step by step how I did it so that you can do it too. Hi, my name is Alston Godbolt with alstongodbolt.com. I create content to actually help you make money online and not just to put money into my own pocket. And if you want to be added to the globe, comment down below with your city, state, zip code, province, or country, and I'll get you pinned. All right, so one of the hardest things that anyone can do as a new seller over on Etsy is to actually make sales. And myself, I'm a relatively new seller on this account, and I just sold this digital product, which was really simple to make. And so I wanted to share it with you so that you can take advantage of this opportunity too. So let's go ahead and walk through this process step by step so that you can start selling a digital product just like this. The first thing that you want to do is you want to head on over to a keyword research tool. Now I'm using a paid keyword research tool. You can use a free one. There are tons of alternatives out there. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to type in the keyword. And for me, the keyword is simply tattoo. And with tattoo, I'm going to go down to matching terms. And then if we look, we can see that there are all sorts of different tattoos that are out here. We've got a semicolon tattoo. We've got butterfly tattoos. Now, personally, what I like to do is I try and go after keywords that don't have a lot of competition. And to do that, I change the keyword difficulty to 10 or less, click apply, and this hopefully increases our chances of getting discovered organically across search engines. So what we're doing here is we're using the power and the domain authority of Etsy to potentially rank for a keyword that we wouldn't normally rank for. So if we look at this, we've got lion tattoo and lotus flower, sunflower, all sorts of stuff. So this is simply step one, find your keyword. The other thing I should mention is the best way that you can get started with Etsy is by continuously uploading consistently. I know that Etsy costs about 20 cents per upload. However, I do have a link I'll put in the description where you can get 40 free uploads just for clicking on this link. Now, the cool thing is I get 40 free, you get 40 free, everybody wins. But step one is simply to find your keywords, okay? So what we're gonna do next, now that we've got, let's say, the snake tattoo, it gets 23,000 searches per month. I'm simply going to copy this and I'm going to go over to the AI art generator that I use. It's called Discord or Midjourney. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and this is the prompt that I use for every single one. Imagine tattoo design. So what we're doing this time is a snake tattoo design. Now important, white background, use clean lines and leave plenty of white space. All right, so we're gonna hit enter here. And then in about 30 seconds to a minute, we are going to get a snake tattoo, or we're going to get 4 of them. Now, in my opinion, it's really important that we make sure that we like all 4, because we're actually going to use all 4 to help us sell our product a little bit easier. If we look at the other designs on Etsy, people are only selling 1 or 2 at a time. But if we sell, I'm just going to type in tattoo like this, tattoo design. If we look, you can see a lot of people are just selling one-off tattoos. However, if we can bundle it in 4, it helps us stand out a little bit better and potentially helps us make money. If we come back over to Discord, you can see that these are the tattoo designs that came out. These are actually pretty good, and so I'm just going to keep them. So what I've got to do next is I'm simply going to download each one of them, and I'm going to do 3 things to them. 1, I'm going to make sure that they are saved as PNG files. 2, I'm going to use them for mockups. And number 3, I'm actually going to save them as Photoshop files as well, because the tattoo artists, they use a software called Procreate. And with Procreate, accepts or imports PNG and Photoshop files. And so if we can make it a little bit more convenient for our customer, they may come back or refer other people. And so as you can see here, we've got 4 designs of snakes. This one kind of looks more like a dragon, but let's assume it works out for what we want. The next step is to simply just save these. I like to save them in a separate folder. So we're just going to save as new folder, and then I call it a snake like this. And then, I'm going to do this for all 4 of them. So I'm going to, once again, I'm going to save it. I'm only going to do it for just this one so that you can see basically what this looks like. So we're going to do snake 1 like this, like that. And then now that we have it on our folder, the next step is to make sure that it's saved as a PNG file, make sure that it's saved as a PSD file, and then make sure that it's a mockup as well. All right, now that I have finally found the folder, I am simply going to do the 2 things that I mentioned. Now, I use a software called Affinity Photo to do this. The reason why I like Affinity Photo, and this isn't a sponsorship or an affiliate link, I like using this because I paid 1 time for it. It allows me to save as a Photoshop or a PNG file, which I'll show you in just a moment, and it saves right on on my desktop, I don't have to pay every single month for it. If you use something like Adobe Photoshop, you got to pay every single month. And I think I only paid $50 one time. But this is what I do. First thing I'll do is I'll come over to Snake One and I will do File, Export, and I will save this as a PSD file. Really important that you do that. It helps increase the perceived value of the product. So I'm just going to do that. And then I'm going to save it right where our thing is. I actually will create another new folder and I'll call that Finish. Okay, click on create like that. And now we've got a finished version of that. Now the next thing that you want to do is you want to create a mock-up of it. So the purpose of the mock-up is so that people can see what they're getting. However, you don't want them to just be able to download the pictures and then they won't buy anything. What you can do is I'm just going to put Alston Godbolt over the top like this. And this is going to be my mock-up so that if someone likes this image, they can't just steal it from me. And really, it's as simple as this. If you want, you can change the font to something that's more appealing. I personally like to put the mock-up going in both directions, especially with this image, so that, again, someone can't steal it. So I'm going to do Control, save like that, switch that over, and then come over to my other image and do one there, and just like that. So now I'm going to save this as a PNG file, export, Snake One, mockup, just like this. And now we've got our digital product itself. You're going to do this for each of the tattoo designs that you get. You're going to do 5 mockups. So you're going to do for this main image and then the 4. And then you're also going to create 4 PNG files of just the snake. And you're going to create 4 PSD or Photoshop files of the snake as well. So now that you have that, and again, this takes probably 10 or 15 minutes. The next step is to come back over to Etsy and to create the listing. All right, if we take a look at my screen here, we're going to go to listings. I'm going to click on add listing, and then we're going to go digital file. I did a finished product. When was it made? 2023, click continue. Now what I like to do is I like to actually use ChatGPT to help me come up with my title and my description. And so I'll type into ChatGPT, create an SEO optimized title and description for snake tattoo design. Please include 13 tags that are 20 characters or less. Okay, and so we're just going to hit enter and it's going to give us something that we might like. Now, unfortunately, I don't like this. I'm going to say rewrite or make description longer and SEO optimized. Hit enter and hopefully it gives us a better description. So that's a little bit better. Hopefully there's a bunch of keywords in there. One thing that I like to do when I'm creating these tattoo designs is I like to, in my listing, I'll put a title, so snake tattoo design, and then I'll also put in there like Procreate ready, so that people here that are looking at this listing know that it's ready for Procreate. I also include PSD and PNG files, and then maybe a couple other keywords with snake and snake tattoo. All right, and so the next step is to upload your mockups that you just created. And so if we come over to desktop here, quickly find the mockups that we created. The way that I do it is my main image, the first image that they see, is all 4 of the tattoo designs. So they'll see the main image and then they'll see each one individually, and each one will have the watermark over it. Also, I like to include that they have in the mockup so that they can see it. I also like to include and let them know that it has both PNG and PSD files because they might not read it. But if we continue on, we're simply going to drag our folder. What I like to do is I like to compress this folder of my finished work here, compress it, and then upload a zip file. And to do that, I'm on a Mac, so if you're on a Windows, it might be a little bit different. I simply right click and I go compress. And then just like that, it compresses it. And then I'll drag and drop it over just like that. And then I come back over to ChatGPT and I include my description like this, and we'll paste it right here like that. And if we keep going, I'll price it at $4.95. And I'll put my quantity at 10. Come down to category, and then I just type in tattoo, and tattooing is the one that pops up. Click done, scroll down a little bit, and then I'm going to grab my tags. Now, some of these tags probably won't work, but this is the simplest, quickest way that I do it. So I'm going to paste it in, and I need to come back and let's do comma separate. And so it's going to comma separate our tags, and then we can just copy and paste it right into Etsy. All right, so we'll copy this, like that, paste this in, hit enter, and just like that, we've got our 13 tags. shipping, and then I like to put it in a shop section. Tattoo just like this, automatic renewal, and then I click publish. But this is how you do it step by step. If you really want to be successful with this, you are going to want to consistently upload these different tattoo designs. Uploading one design and sitting back and expecting money to fall out of the sky is not going to happen. So you want to make sure that you are uploading these consistently. Those 40 free designs will certainly help. You can also use a ton of free keyword research tools out there to help you find different tattoo designs, but this is the exact process that I took to make $4.95 with an AI generated digital product. Now that you know how to make money on Etsy with AI generated digital products, watch this video next because YouTube says it will help you grow your online business.